Hey everyone. Hey, how you doing? Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. While we're waiting on folks to join, don't forget to go to coopedup.com. That's my website. You can see what I post there. If you're on other channels, I'm cooped up is my handle in most places. Click the bell to be notified that I have gone live and posted things. And last but not least, you can always send me a text at 214-949-8599. And I don't know who is fighting outside my door right now, but y'all can hear it, I'm sure. Hey, Mama. So, um, if you're in Texas, the allergies are like off the charts right now. We have storm systems blowing through. The first one blew in just a little bit ago. We've got them, I think, through the evening and the rest of the weekend. And for me, at least, right before that, I guess all the pollen gets stirred up and blown in. I woke up this morning, my eyes were like glued shut. Didn't even read the Wall Street Journal this morning like I normally do. Just laid in bed until the last possible minute that I could get up, bedhead and all, take the kids to school. I came home, I laid back down, and I think I slept until like 10:30. I just felt like garbage and then I still continued to not feel great. Finally took a shower, did my hair, but just I am so lax today. I am in flip flops or socks and Birkenstocks. The glamour just never seems to end, does it? No. Um, so I'm hoping that everything washes out of the system. I have a friend. Well, I jokingly say that I felt like I got punched in the face by a drag queen named Polynation, and I have a friend who keeps calling it. She's like, "This tree sex is ruining my makeup. This tree sex is making my eyes itch. This tree sex is making me sneeze." Because that is technically what pollination is, right? It's kind of gross to think of it that way. Um, so tree sex. And now you will not get that out of your head, will you? Um, I did something this morning that I can't talk too much about it because the person who's receiving the gift is watching. I bought a Mother's Day gift today, and actually, I've already gotten a notification that it has shipped. So, Mama, you might be getting a present next week. You can open it as soon as you get it. Feel free to open it because then I can tell people about it, and then they can buy their mamas the same gift because it's a great gift. You'll love it. But I was shocked. I ordered it at like noon today and got like an hour ago a UPS tracking number and everything already. So I have no idea when it's going to arrive, but early next week. And then I will tell all of y'all about it. Matt is saying tree sex. I guess I'm against it. My allergies are horrible right now. Yep, exactly. Oh, get your tree sex out of my eyes. I don't care what you do in the privacy of your own home trees. Just don't put it in my face. That's good of a funny way to look at that. Hmm. By the way, feel free to ask me anything. I've got a list of things to talk about, but I actually don't have a tremendous list today because I mean, can you see how glassy my eyes are? I mean, I am just like rubbing and rubbing and rubbing too. I'm ordering pizza for dinner tonight just because that's a Friday tradition for us. But also, I just don't want to fuck with it. So we'll see. And then on top of all of this, I have a nonprofit board training seminar tomorrow morning from 9 to 11 via Zoom that I have to attend for that. So that's going to be awesome. And then I wish I forgot to take a picture of it, but we had at 6:30 this morning a delivery. I hear what woke me up actually was I heard the air brakes on the truck, and that's how you know you're getting a big delivery when it's. Psh. Home Depot. We ordered this weeks ago. Home Depot delivered this morning at 6:30 a.m. 350 bags of brown mulch. Now, Todd thinks we're going to be spreading that all this weekend, right? I in between rainstorms, I don't know how we're doing that. But I may be wearing a mask in my front yard, y'all, because the between all the pollen and then the cedar chips, because the cedar is actually what my allergies are. It's that mountain cedar or whatever, and so I can put a bag of mulch in the back of my car and drive like 2 blocks, and I'm congested from it. So, but yeah, The closed captioning says 3 sets out of my eyes. It's not hearing the word tree sex. Tree sex. That's funny. um, but 350 bags of it, and they're all on our driveway on pallets. So that's our task for this weekend, because we are like, we haven't done mulch probably in like 2 years, maybe 3 years, and just over time it's blown away. Whatever. Masks, not just for COVID. I know. I actually, the one time I did have to leave the house earlier because I went and picked up some Chipotle. I put my mask on just to walk outside. I thought it would help. It could not hurt at all. What is my favorite OC pizza delivery? Well, I'll tell you what my favorite OC pizza is, but I don't like it via delivery. So Eno's is my favorite pizza in Dallas or in Oak Cliff, but it delivers for shit. It is cold because it's so thin and all that stuff. And also I think because just picking up from there with all the traffic and stuff is probably a pain. So we don't ever order from there. And I've tried all the others. I've tried like that Home Run Pizza, Oak Cliff Pizza. There's another one. I don't like any of them. We stick to Pizza Hut. I know it's not local, but we stick to Pizza Hut because I like the thick pizza for the pan pizza from Pizza Hut, and it reheats brilliantly in the air fryer, y'all. So good. Todd and the kids like the thin crust, which I do too. I mean, all pizza's good pizza. Even bad pizza is not that bad. But I don't know. So Pizza Hut at least gets it down right and all that kind of stuff. I mean, they have a lot of other things that you can order. And Mike's saying they have the whole crew listening today. Dwayne and Maria, Hancock, me and Monica. Hey, y'all. On your way to Port O'Connor, Texas. Yay, good times. I'm a little low energy today because my allergies are killing me. But anyway, something interesting. Speaking of like my neighborhood, there is an interesting trend happening in my neighborhood. It's not a good trend. There is an uptick in people's houses getting broken into via their garage door, and the way they're doing it is people leave they have their car in the driveway or something. They leave their cars unlocked, or their cars get broken into, and then the people are taking the garage door clicker. And this happened. I have a friend that it's happened to. I've seen it on the Crime Watch things, like 3 different other places. And they're taking that clicker, and they may or may not break in that night with it, but they do get into your garage to steal all your stuff like that. So I don't know if this is the new crime wave or whatever, but I don't keep mine because I don't ever park in the garage. I actually hate parking in the garage. My car stays in the driveway at all times. So I don't even think I have a clicker in mine. And then he has this programmed into the rearview mirror. So I don't think he keeps a clicker in his either. But crazy. I mean, can you imagine being in your house and your garage is getting broken into and you don't even know it? At our house, our garage is actually on the alarm system. So like it opens, we hear a beep, 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 like that we know, and it actually it'll if we've set the house to stay for the night, it'll set all the alarms off. And you know what's fun? It's getting woken up in the middle of the night by your security alarm going off. That is not fun at all. We had that the last time we had that, the alarm went off, and so we got up to check it, and I don't let Todd turn it off if he wakes up. So Todd's immediate thing is to turn the alarm off. Mine is like, no, let that bitch run, because I want everyone to know something is going on. I don't want false alarm being broadcast anywhere. Just I want it going on until I know what is going on and what is happening and that I am safe. I want that siren going off and making sure everyone knows that something's up. So it goes off, and it says on the little screen, it says family room glass break. And I'm like, fuck, because our family room, if you've ever been to my house, the whole back of it is just plate glass. It's just floor to ceiling glass, and then one window or one other side is too, because it kind of juts out from the house. And I thought, it is either someone breaking in, or because we have a little forest behind our house. We're on about half an acre. And sometimes the trees in this neighborhood just fall over, just like roots stick out of the ground. They just fall over like that, come through one of the windows. Either way, not good news. So we walk in there. Turns out that we had a painting with a glass, or a picture with a glass frame over the front of it. it just in the middle of the night, the cable was just like, fuck y'all, and just said, it hit the fireplace, excuse me, hit the fireplace and then fell to the floor, shattered into a million pieces. Alarm, it set off the glass break detectors, all that kind of stuff. Scare. But you can't, I mean, you want to throw up as soon as it happens because it just scares you like nobody's business. And then you can't go back to sleep. Do you hear my throat? I mean, this is what's happening today. I also didn't shave. Should gargle with that. It is so gross. Monica, you're listening. I know you are. So I was reading an article today. My sister loves Disney World. I do too. That there's this guy who wrote he wrote this opinion piece about how Disney World is getting ruined by political correctness and wokeness and all that kind of stuff. And it was the dumbest thing. Like his reasoning was so stupid. It was he was like, we need to stick to the vision of Walt Disney. Like he was like, they changed the rules to allow people to have tattoos, and that's ruining my experience. I'm like, how does someone fucking having a tattoo ruin your experience? Or they're not making people have gender normative haircuts. I'm like, again, how does that affect anything? Like, I don't understand how seeing someone, because they're still wearing a uniform. I mean, it's not like they're just showing up in some Lululemon. No, they're still wearing the uniform, but maybe they have like they weren't allowing people to have dreads and all that stuff until recently too. She is fixing to get on it. Get on. Oh, she's getting pissy at the moment. Oh, she wants to contribute. And then they were like, and then like Pirates of the Caribbean, the changes to that are they're ruining the ride. I'm like, no, I don't think that that's not wokeness about not wanting to see women being auctioned off and then chased and like that. That's not wokeness. That's just like, that's not what you're supposed to do. Like, I don't know. The whole thing, this guy, and by the way, this guy, you know what drives me nuts about Disney World? I don't know how many of y'all have been, and this guy looks like he is probably one of those people who are so fucking fat that they're not actually even handicapped. They're just fat. And they drive around in these little rascal, isn't that what they're called? Just meow, 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 everywhere. Drives me insane. Because, first of all, if you're that big, I know that some people have things that contribute to that and all that stuff. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm just talking about a lot of people. It's like, don't go to Disney World, because if you can't walk, then don't do it. Like, just drives me insane. And they're everywhere. And it's like WALL-E, right? Like, remember that movie WALL-E? That's coming true. Like, we didn't realize it. Everyone's on these little moped-looking things, looking at a screen, sucking on a big gulp, because, those two things are not connected in any way. Jackie is saying, oh, that they can stay away. We don't have to wait in line long. Keep all the rednecks out of Walt Disney World. I'll make the t-shirts. I felt so skinny at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. I love it. Yes. Hey, Blake. Blake is watching from Hawaii right now. Aloha. Good to see you. You look like you're having a great time. Pizza Hut in Sweden is so good. It's like gourmet there. That's interesting. So what else are y'all saying in the comments here? Let me look real quick. I don't know what is, I mean, just suddenly it hit me again, just right now. Did y'all hear who is running for governor of California? Governor of California. Caitlyn Jenner announced today that she is running for governor of California. What could possibly go wrong with that? I don't know. I have mad respect for Caitlyn Jenner living her real life, realizing her real identity, all that kind of stuff. I'm 100% there with that. I actually even think that I Am Kate show probably did some really good things in America. But I don't know that you're qualified to be the governor, because at least other people, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was governor of California, and he's from entertainment. but at least he comes from like a political family, or he was involved in politics before. He married into the Kennedy family, for God's sake. So very, very like well versed on the ways of politics and all that stuff. So I'm okay. I mean, okay, that one makes sense to me. Ronald Reagan he didn't run straight up for governor, right? Wasn't he like mayor of something beforehand, or House of Representatives? I don't think he just straight up ran for governor. Maybe he did. Also may have been a different time. But Caitlyn Jenner, I don't know about that. The opinions, and then did y'all watch The Masked Singer? The Masked Singer, I love that show. I don't watch it as often as I want to. It's always forget that it's on. But one of the most recent ones, Caitlyn Jenner was the Masked Singer and was singing that Kesha song, "TikTok Don't Stop because the party don't stop." Whatever that song is. Sang it so horribly, and even was just like not even selling it out thing. I mean, just I'm with Sandy. Bless her Jenner heart. I know I'm with Sandy. Bless her heart. I just crazy to me. Similar topic, not completely the same, but tonight is the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't know how many of y'all watch that. It is a fantastic show. It's on VH1. I think it's at 7:00. Tonight's the finale, like where they crown the new queen. So it's a little different than the rest of them, but it's actually like from a show stand. I've been watching it since the first one, when they were making each episode with the $1.95 that they pulled out of the couch cushions and figured out how to make a show with that. Like first generation iPhones had better camera resolution than RuPaul's Drag Race did back then. But now it's like a big thing, like it's huge. And but the finalists are like it's so fun. They do a lip sync for your life, and I love the kids watch it too with this. It's good enough wholesome television. It's not too bad. RuPaul's final line is impress me and the judges and don't fuck it up. That's always what she says right before that. So fun. I don't know if y'all are watching it. So I am struggling here, y'all. Sorry. I've even like this is through Claritin, this is through Advil, this is through everything, like all of that. Tell me your questions. There was one other thing I saw today that, and I didn't read the Wall Street Journal today because I do that every morning, but I didn't read it. But I did go to the website and look because I was like, bitch, I'm out of topics for today. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. So there's a space launch. I don't know why I'm talking like Cher. A space launch. The SpaceX, the Elon Musk company, they sent up another rocket. And I think it was the first time that they've reused this. This is that rocket that goes up, and then when it lands, it comes back down, I think. And they reused the same one. And the last one had the husband on it, and this one has the wife on it. And it's going up for 6 months or something like that to the space station to test out viruses and such. Isn't that how the movie Rampage started? That they were testing out viruses on the space, the thing up there. But then when I was reading the Wall Street Journal, there was an article. It was fascinating. Y'all need to find it. It was about how sports and a lot of schools and stuff were canceled or postponed, and about how the parents are like, let them play, and like doing all these campaigns and stuff. And it turns out the kids don't even want to do it anymore. They're like, one of them was like on track to have a full scholarship, and was like, no, Dad, I don't want to do it anymore. I feel like the only thing you and I talk about is sports. Like, it's not fun to me. There was a stat in there that 3 out of 10 kids have no interest in returning to the primary sport that they played before COVID-19. And some of them are like, I can finally get a part-time job because I'm not just doing sports all the time. I have money. I can buy myself a car. I can hang out with my friends, like all that kind of stuff. And it's so funny, though. It's because and half the time it's like, well, the dad's sports career was cut short because of a heart condition or something like that. And it's like, that tracks. But Let Them Play is the campaign that this guy started in California. And the kids aren't, the founder of this, the kids are like, no, we're all right. We'll support you, Dad, because you're so passionate about it, but we don't want to do that. Um, so Jackie is back to RuPaul's Drag Race. Jackie is saying Candy Muse. I don't approve of Candy Muse still being there. She got voted off before. Why did Ru save her? Well, there's always one or two that come back. They've been eliminated and they come back. Early in the season, was it Jan, I think is the one, or was that last season? Anyway, there was someone that came back. And then Shangela, who I actually went to college with and am friends with to this day, Shangela came back at least twice in new seasons. So I think RuPaul loves that. And Candy Muse has grown on me. She looks like a little chicken McNugget. You know those chicken McNugget toys that you get they're just kind of round and orangish colored and have garish makeup and stuff. Candy Muse is a chicken McNugget. That's what it is. Who was this season, Jackie? If Jan was last season, who was this season that was eliminated like in the first round of eliminations, but then went and joined the other group? And because remember they started this season with them split apart. And I don't like Candy Muse's looks either, but I don't know. I think that the thing about this show that I love, if you were